Let me go to my last friend, Dr. Bowers. Dr. Bowers, you're no stranger to understanding what is happening here. And you've got quite an interesting perspective on what this is. But why don't you just give a little bit of your background, and then I don't think you're surprised by some of the things that people are saying here outside of this is all about fat loss, but this also does some unique things. So why don't you just share what your background is and what you're seeing take place and why you're excited about what we're doing here.
All right, thanks, Byron. First of all, Dr. Ben Bowers, Wichita, Kansas. I'm a functional medicine doctor. I've been in healthcare over 40 years, and my objective as a physician is to find out what's wrong and try to fix it. I call it functional medicine. And I'm a skeptic at heart. I've seen so many things come through. I have been involved in so many things in doing research. I'm part of the owner of a research company that we do tons of research on a lot of different products. I've done product development. I've done supplementation development. Just the list goes on and on. I have taught functional medicine around the country for 30, 40 years and thousands of doctors. So a little bit about that, about me. So when I was first presented this, I'm like, yeah, right, sure, I've seen this before. This is snake oil. That's what this is. And so doing my due diligence, I started doing some research behind it. I was well aware of the hops, the flower, and some of the excipient extracts that come out of it. But it intrigued me that the Adiphyte, which is a new one that hadn't been around, and so when I started doing some comparison on that, I thought, well, I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to do my due diligence. I'm going to get in and do my research. I'm going to start watching this with patients and clients and verifying the results that we get and go from there. And I was actually driving home from hearing about it with you, Byron, and I just felt like the Holy Spirit said, what are you going to do that for? Why don't you just get started? I thought, well, I'm about 50 pounds overweight, 67 years of age. Yeah, that'd probably be a great thing. So real quick, like I got on the phone, called up 4 or 5 of my doctor buddies. I said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to bring this in. We're going to do our analysis of it, and we're going to share all of our results, and we're going to experience it together. And so since the end of June, 1st of July here, we've got about 12 or 13 of us in, and we're seeing some pretty amazing results. Now, I want to qualify this. As Byron mentioned earlier, not everybody's going to have the same results. In fact, when I look at some of my clients or some of my patients that I've actually put this on, I went to causation of symptomatology or problems, and I said, okay, I have seen research that does this for that condition. Would you be willing to try this, and let's see what the results are? And so you've heard some of them that's already been mentioned, all right? So some of the unique things that I've seen is hunger changes. So my own personal experience has been on about a little less than 3 weeks. I'm down 6 pounds, but 12 inches. Now those inches are between my chest, my arms, my abdomen, my hips, and my thighs. Folks, that's amazing. I don't know anything that's done that. I haven't come across anything that has done that well. And so then I started watching some of my other symptoms of my patients, my clients, and we're seeing those things. Another kind of funny thing that, and I just say it's not a fun, but one of the major things is I urinate more. If I can say the word pee, I pee more. It's what they tell me. I go, well, that's okay. You're just peeing your weight away, peeing your fat away. So we're seeing a lot of that. The blood sugar issues are definitely there. Blood pressure reduction. Sleep. A lot of people are saying, doctor, understand, I'm having vivid dreams again. I don't have to nap as often. I have more energy, more strength, more stamina. Autoimmune issues that are reducing, that are not, I won't say abating, but all these things are lessening, all in less than 3 weeks since what we've been doing. And a big one for me at my age at 67 is the cognitive changes. People are going, I have better clarity, I have better recall, I have better recollection. And oh, by the way, a lot less stress and anxiety. So I've had a few people that we put on it that do not need to lose weight, do not need to lose fat per se. But when you understand what the fat actually does in the body and how our bodies are designed to retain fat, right? We talk about the white adipose tissue, the brown adipose tissue, the muscle adipose tissue, what's called the visceral adipose tissue. The body has so much fat that it needs for the brain, the nervous system, the hormones, 600 hormones, and the 8 master neurotransmitters. It needs fat. So your body will want to retain all the fat that it can. The problem is when you start retaining fat in the adipocytes, is now your body can't use it. It gets put away, locked up, and the body can't get it. So it says, give me more, give me more. So what I was intrigued about this when I saw this is when I look at fat dysregulation within the body, or what we call the adipocytes or the lipid metabolism, what if I can change that, or if this product utilization can increase the thermogenesis, the metabolite metabolism of what's going on in the lipids, and all of a sudden you turn all the right utilization of the fats back on, all the symptoms of the lack of fat should in turn start dissipating and going away. And here in 3 weeks, that's exactly what we're seeing. So headaches reducing, numbness resolving, less weakness, skin shiny, hair growing. I mean, again, everybody's body is different. And so whatever that dysfunction is in that body, since we know the body is really a body of fat, I mean, think about the brain is 60% fat. The 5 different nervous systems of the body are 80 to 85% fat. As I said earlier, 600 hormones are made out of fat, and your 8 master neurotransmitters are 92% fat. If you can't use fat correctly, you're going to have some dysfunction in one of those areas. And everything that's been mentioned tonight is all a fat dysregulation problem. So by burning that fat or utilizing that fat and turning it back on, now the body says, thank you very much. I have the right fuel. I can go fix what was deficient. That's what I'm seeing.